Now be completely honest with me. Have you even heard of this movie? Because I didn't see a trailer, a commercial, I didn't know who was in it. The only thing I saw was a poster. And then I never even heard of this movie, and it was coming out this weekend, so I was like, I'll go watch it. Fall stars Grace Caroline Curry and Virginia Gardner, and is about best friends Becky and Hunter find themselves at the top of a 2,000-foot radio tower. Now, when I walked into this auditorium tonight with no one in this theater, all by my lonesome, I can't lie to you, I was like, this movie's probably really bad, because I have heard nothing about it. Like, seriously, I knew nothing about this movie, and I walked out saying, that wasn't terrible. Seriously, this movie reminds me of the movie Frozen. No, not the Disney one. Frozen, the horror movie where three people are stuck on a ski lift in the freezing cold. Yeah, you put that situation on a radio tower 2,000 feet in the air, I can't lie to you, this whole time, my hands, my palms were sweaty because I will say the director did a very good job putting in two characters in a situation which, seriously, all it is a tower and these two characters. That's it. I will say, for the runtime, it should have way been shortened, but for the situation, I think for the most part, this movie does its job in giving you a nice little thrill ride. See, in these two characters, you gotta meet them, so in the very beginning, it's very your conventional character development. Something happens to one of them in the past, she brings her into this tower, like, climb this tower with me, and then something goes wrong, making them stuck on this tower, and from that point forward, like I said, the cinematography and the direction and these performances, it's like, seriously, my palms were sweaty. Like, seriously, I was like, oh my god, and I'm not really a good person with heights. So in this movie, with this camera work, and when the camera like literally looks down and they're dangling and jumping some freaking pole all the way down this little thing, trying to reach a backpack, I'm like, you're stupid. But I understand, because you're stuck on this pole, and like, no one can come get you. You are stuck up there, and I mean, it's so high up. It's so high up, it's a little ridiculous in some parts, but in the end, I will say, I mean, for a little movie that I haven't even heard of, and seeing these two characters that, of course, for such an hour and 50-minute long movie, you build up enough development with these characters in the beginning that when you're up here, in the moment, it does its job. I mean, honestly, some of the CGI and some of the parts, I was like, okay, you're definitely on a green screen, but again, the sound effects of the wind and the shaking of the pole, whatever, and how they're dehydrating, and by in this movie, they're both going insane, and they need to get off this pole. You get that motivational, like, I hope they make it kind of stuff, and then obviously when they talk to each other's characters, you have to have good dialogue, good acting, and both these actresses did their part. There were, in the very beginning, before they get in this tower, when they're just in the apartment talking to each other, forced dialogue, but again, once they're on this tower, from that point onward, the whole setting, just tone changes into very much a survival situation. And I didn't think it was that bad. And by the end of it, it was way too long for being an hour 50. It should have been an hour 25. I will say, this movie's not half bad. For directing, cinematography, and the setting, it got me, for real. I thought it was fine. It's not a movie I'm blown away by, but again, I knew nothing, and I walked out saying, my palms are sweaty, and I don't want to climb any towers anytime soon. I'm gonna give Fall a B. I have not talked to a single person that's seen this movie. I've not seen any type of Rotten Tomatoes or any score of any sorts. So really, who knows? This movie might get trashed on. I think it might be underrated, but watch it get great reviews, and I'd be like, hey, I talked about it first, I think. Anyway, guys, enjoy this review, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye, everyone.